Hi, this video is for ride captains of the Huntington Bicycle Club. And this is going to show you how to post a ride either for yourself or for ride leaders who submitted the one-page ride form to you. So especially if you are a new ride captain, you learn these techniques. First thing that you would do is you don't post the ride from the list there or from the calendar. Actually, you have to go to the control panel. So what you would do is you go to the control panel, and on the website, I'm logged in right now as my test user who has similar rights, just website, control panel, website, events. So what you would do is click on events. So now you don't see anything, so this is important. This is the events manager and the search box. So I am logged in as the test manager, but I'm going to actually set up a ride for myself. And so I'm going to type in my first name. And the reason, and then I'm going to put category as template. And the reason for this is that each ride leader has their own template that starts with their first name. If you hit the search box without putting these two things, you're going to get an awful lot of results that you don't need. But when you put title as your first name and template, now watch what happens. I only got one result, which is my template. So that's what you want to do. Now, it's very important that you do not you edit this template, use this template other than to copy it. And so what you're going to do is if you go over to the maintain column, all right, there, the first one is the edit. The only thing you might want to edit here would be the start time, in the sense that, for different times of the year. But actually, since it's probably going to a ride leader, you probably don't want to do that either. This is what you want to do. You want to hit this icon here, it says copy. So now this box comes up. So now instead of Malachi's template, I'm going to come back and I'm going to create the name of the ride. Now, once again, the ride leader submitted to you a ride form with all the information that you need. And I'm going to say with the start location, Mid Street to St. James. Okay. And then you go and pick the date. Now, for the purposes of this video, since I'm really it's a test, I don't want this ride to appear that someone can actually sign up for it. So I'm going to put it out in the future. And I'm going to say copy event. Okay, so what's going to happen next is you want to. Okay, so now we have our template and we have our ride to St. James. So once again, we're not going to touch our template. And the reason why you see these both here, because their categories both say template. So what we're going to do is going to go to the pencil on the ride. When you open that up, now we have all our icons across the top, and we have our fields on the left side here, plus the refresh event. So the first thing you really want to do is go into the basic info. Now here, you can put in a short description if the ride leader gave that to you or it's your ride, right? You want to put in a short description. The next key is category says template. A template category will not even show on the calendar. So you really have to go in. So this ride happens to be a B+. I picked the category. And the other thing that you have to also change is the visibility date. So you would want normally this date to say B to today's date because you want the ride to be showing. All right. And then just in case the start time has to change, you want to say display at 8 o'clock if it's 8:30 or 9, whatever. And then you would hit save at the bottom. And that's really it for basic. Formatted description is a little more. So once again, you hit the pencil here. So now, first of all, if you notice there's a box here and a box here, that's important because those little dotted line boxes help format this information so that it displays on a cell phone properly. That's what that really is all about. So what we're going to do is I already put up over here my ride with GPS. So I'm looking at there, and this says I'm going to go to St. James. It's 36 miles, right? And it's 77 feet of climb. And these are usually are approximate. So you could, with especially the elevation, but so now we can know to fill that in. So we just said 36 miles. So you're going to over here, and I'm going to put in 36 miles. The elevation gain said 977 feet, but you can put that in. I'm going to put 1,000 feet because I know the ride with GPS normally comes out to be more than that. That's just the way it is in reality. Now the ride with GPS link. So once again, I already have my ride with GPS open. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy the URL. So now I put my cursor. I make sure I'm a couple of spaces away from where it says ride with GPS link and a colon. And I'm going to come up over here to this icon which says insert a link. So the first thing you do is type. So you have to go down about 7 items down to it says external page. And then in external link, we're going to put in the ride with GPS link. You can do text. I like to do button. And then this link shows that there are URL, but I like to type in ride with GPS to whatever you want to put, but don't describe it. St. James. Of course, I spelled it wrong. So now, all you got to do is click save, and there it is. There's your ride with GPS button. Now, go down to the next box, and you could put a description. So you could say, ride to St. James with a stop at the bakery, whatever you want to put. Okay, now the other thing is it's optional, obviously, but I've created a list photo album actually of I call it venues or locations, and you can opt to use one of those pictures. You can put your own picture in if you want. So what you would do here, if you're going to use the list from the venue, go up here and then the tags, you have to select either you do location or if you do venues, they're really the same. They're all tagged the same. And then hit show photos. And now there's a list here of all of these. And here is the St. James Bakery. And there's St. James Bagels if you go to St. James Bagels, for example. Now down the bottom here, it's this is as a link, you don't want to really do that. This is a thumbnail, you don't really want it. You want to select display as embedded image and select. And there it is. So now all you have to do is go down and hit save. And that's it. Your information is there. The location defaults to Smith Street. If it was not starting from Smith Street, you could go hit the locations and pick one of these other locations. Or if it's not in that list, you can actually type in, if you have the information, address. And this little checkbox here puts a link for a Google map on so people can find the start location if they're not familiar, especially for remote rides. Emails. If the ride leader asks to have reminder emails, okay, so once again, you would come in here, check the box, and you could hit, I wouldn't do too many, but if you wanted to say do a day before, you could do that. And anybody who signs up for the ride will get that. While I'm here, I just want to go over these other things real quick. The refresh event. This is after people, if it's your ride or another ride leader's event, if you hear that anybody's having a problem signing up for a ride, rare occasion it happens, you hit the refresh event. It does not change any of the data or any registrations. It just clears out the background. Once again, this is the registration manager. It shows who signed up. You can run reports. Emailings is a separate video. This is how you cancel a ride. And this is how you can see the quick releases. So that's it. So now we said that this ride is going to be on June 8th in 2025. So if we go to the calendar and I'm going to go to month and I'm going to say June 25 and there's the ride. So it's now on the calendar and there's the ride. There's the ride with GPS information and there's the picture. So that's it. So I hope that this information has been useful, and I'll see you on the road. Thanks.